now, so everyone can see. It's all happening right now. We're gonna make you believe. It's about to get crazy. It's about to go down. It's about to get crazy. It's about to get...
Welcome to the Iconic Smoker Recap Lounge. I'm your host, JB. Present with me is Chris Cerezo and Juan Nunez of the Iconic Smokers, and we're here in beautiful sunny South Florida. And today, do we not have such an exciting show for you? This is a product, a product that I've been waiting to talk about, to get these guys on the show. I'm talking about wealth of knowledge, experts in the revolutionary of cigar smoke itself. And what I mean by that is because we all three of us, where's your product? All three of us use the CigarMedics. Where's yours? See, bam, there we go. So you
never leave home without it.
Exactly. So this is a product that I'm very excited to talk to the manufacturer. We have the inventor himself, and also all the guys from the company. At least a couple of them, they'll be checking in and out because we got to fit everybody on the screen, so we'll work it out. But what are you guys smoking today? I brought some Drew Estates, of course. Since they're one of our sponsors for the show, so nice. Check that out. So I don't know if you guys want a cigar. You want a cigar, Chris?
No. I think I want to smoke one for an Espinosa today.
Why?
The last time, man, figuring you. But if I take one of your cigars, but you pulled a knife on me, all sorts of stuff.
No, listen, that was one time. That was one time, and that was the last episode. It didn't happen today. Listen, I want to offer you a cigar here. Which Espinosa are you going to be smoking?
I am going to smoke a Warzone.
Okay.
And it's mine. I brought it this time.
Okay. All right. Okay? So you know what? Because you brought it, and because you're going to light your own cigar, I'll let you have at it. What about you, Juan? What are you smoking today?
Today, I'm going to go with one of my favorite vitolas. I'm going to go with the Undercrown Maduro Churchill.
Oh, you know what? Since all of you guys brought your own damn cigars, I'm going to take my stuff and put it back over here. And, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna choose one.
Just leave it over there.
I'll choose. I'm gonna choose the Hoya Silver. This is one of my absolute favorites. I think it was Cigar Snob who gave me my first one of these cigars, and I smoked it in their office, and then since then I've been hooked. And it's truly a great cigar to have. So obviously, first thing you're gonna do is what? Grab your
cigar.
Yep.
Grab your CigarMedics and test your cigar.
Okay. All right. So let's test it out. See where we're at. Hopefully I've been keeping this correct.
Woo! 64.
On point. 64.
Yum.
Oh, I'm still coming down.
Oh, boy.
Oh, man. All right. I'm at 70. I'm good. I mean, it's not bad. Yeah. 70.
See? Nice. 70.
So, all right. So let's go ahead and while we as we're going to go through a cut light session, we'll figure out what we're going to drink. Let's bring these guys on. All right. So we're going to welcome the crew, and I'll let them introduce themselves. But here we go. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's going on?
Hey, guys.
Hey, what's up?
So if you could give us a little introduction, give everybody your names, who you are, where you're at, where you live, whatever you want.
We're all from Chicago. Weather's just starting to break. Here, we're not like we don't have the Miami weather yet.
I do apologize for that. We'll try to send you some hot air in the mail.
All right.
We'll let Chris talk a little bit. We'll do it.
Let me talk a little bit. Oh, nice. Okay, it's all right. Okay, I got it.
How you doing? I'm Giovanni. I don't know. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. I figured it out.
Hi, I'm Luigi. I still don't know what I do for the company yet, so.
We all do a little bit of everything. I'm Tommy.
All right, so you guys, how do you structure the company? You guys have respective positions, or what's going on before we get into the product itself?
Well, we're all kind of related, so that helps a little bit, But we have to all stay in our lanes and respect each other, and we all bring something different to the table. Obviously, I bring the engineering, and know-how, and I'm also consigliere on the business side of it too. But Tommy and Johnny run the front end, the sales and marketing and social media. So, but that's where we do it at this point, So, you guys can interject if you'd like to. So.
Yeah, I mainly take care of our Instagram page and our website, and I do some sales as well, as similar to my brother.
Yeah, Johnny and I are brothers, and when Luigi had mentioned earlier, we're all related. Luigi's our cousin, and we're brothers, so we kept this business in the family.
Nice, very nice.
You know what? That sounds like
Hey,
mafia stuff, because it's like, oh, we keep it in the family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like some Godfather stuff, man.
All right.
When people ask us we're from Chicago and we're Italian, it always comes down to the Al Capone thing. It's just like, yeah.
I don't like to say his name out loud because I don't want to conjure him to come up and or one of his relatives. So
Right.
So
One second.
what are we drinking? You're drinking?
Hey, we're drinking.
Oh, I'm going to be drinking.
Okay, what are you drinking?
I'm going to go with the Cullenboard juice.
Nice.
All right, you guys going with the Irish whiskey? Okay. All right. So you know what? I'm a little lazy today. I'll take some bubbles.
Some what?
Some bubbles.
Some bubbles.
Yeah, right there, the center bottle, all the way to.
Oh, hey, nice glasses, by the way.
You noticed that. So, guys, tell us a little bit about the product and how it works. Obviously, I think we'll start with Luigi, since you're the brainchild behind this, right?
What do you want to know specifically, JB?
Number one, obviously, what the product is, because most people have never been introduced to the product. So we'll start with what the product is, why was it invented, and why should people use it?
Basically, our product is a moisture meter, probably no different than what woodworkers use that sell firewood or install wood floors. And what we did was we made it so, because actually, to start this all back, I have another invention that actually precipitated me to go out and buy something like this to test cigars. And at that point, we didn't find anything on the market. And, I questioned myself, like, people take such good care of these humidors and cigars, and we all trust what these humidors say and hygrometers, but how do you know what the actual cigar is? People use meat thermometers to check their roast when they're smoking, right? So why don't we use the care to check the actual cigar? I smoke 500 cigars a year, and I can tell you, before this meter came along, probably 20 or 30 of them at least were probably over or under humidified, and you have bad experiences. So I said, let's redirect and let's design this meter. I searched far and wide for something like this and was really astounded that there was nothing out there. So that's what we started on. It was a year in the making. There's very little information when it comes to humidity in cigars and publications. And to be honest with you, if we were going to make this a success for the cigar industry, we kind of had to reinvent the wheel one step further, because when you measure a cigar's moisture content, typically it's between 12 to 15%. Now, you guys might know that because you're in the industry, but the average guy doesn't know that. They know they're supposed to keep their box at 65 or 70. So how do those two relate? If we introduced a moisture meter and we told people, okay, it's got to be between 12 and 15%, they're probably going to go, well, I don't know what that is, And we were not out there to re-educate the whole industry. So we took it one step further and we calibrated it so that it would be more relatable to the average cigar smoker, hence why it reads relative humidity. So the actual meter does not check humidity. It checks the moisture content of the cigar.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll check the moisture content within the cigar, and then it converts it to display the relative humidity so everybody can relate to it.
So that was that's one of those little tidbits that I was very interested in, because of the fact that you guys figured out a way to make a conversion that works for the general public to have an understanding of how your product works.
Right.
There is another product that's out that that's supposed to be like your quote unquote competition, but it's more complex. There's more buttons on it. You have to go through a whole process or whatever. With your product, it comes pre-calibrated, correct?
Yes, yes.
Right, with a plus or minus of two, give or
Plus
take
or
on both
minus
ends.
2%. Yep.
Right, right. And to be honest with you, JB, our product is specifically made for black tobacco, which is cigar tobacco, right? So it's cured and fermented tobacco, which most tobacco calibration moisture meters that are out are mostly made for burley tobacco or candela, which is unfermented tobacco. It's cured tobacco, but it's not fermented. Fermented tobacco holds moisture at a different weight than a regular just cured tobacco, right? So, but since we don't use candela tobacco inside the filler and binder, this meter pretty much works with all premium cigars that you see out there right now.
So when is it that you guys actually created this product? Because you've been on the market for a while. I've had had the opportunity of buying it early on. I actually grabbed it at the Great Smoke that Abe did. Me and Juan and walked up to a booth, and that's where we first discovered you guys. And then it wasn't even that we knew anything about the product originally. It was just the thought process behind it was so intriguing that we said, you know what? Juan actually purchased mine for me as a gift. So, and then we each got one, and then from there we actually became a distributor of your product, being the fact that you guys do such a good job, you know. And from there we've put it out to the Iconic Smokers. They've been able to buy it. We're actually doing a special. If one of you guys want to tell them what the special is.
Go ahead, Tom. Do you have the piece?
Which piece?
The custom prop.
The cigar prop. Yeah.
Here we go. Do you see it?
Yes, sir. So that right there is a Iconic Smoker cigar prop. So if you make a purchase today, you can go to our website, www.theiconicsmokers.com, and you'd be able to purchase the cigar meter, which is going to help you tremendously when it comes to your cigars. So that way you're not your cigars aren't oversaturated or dry, and you'll be able to smoke them with no problem. And then you'll have a cigar stand to put your cigar on, which is what I need right now because I'm running out of space on my desk. So,
you know, JB, if I can speak, that cigar you just tapped before the show, today, as a cigar smoker, I wouldn't even smoke that, because that's one of the things that I've learned personally is that, you know.
Oh,
Did he freeze?
Yeah, I think he froze.
I think I know what he was gonna say.
Yeah,
It was a little high.
Did you test the cap or the foot?
Huh?
Did you test the cap or the foot?
I tested the cap.
Yeah, it was 70 at the cap. Lou, you're back?
Yeah, he's back.
I don't think he could hear us.
I believe he was going to say that 70 is a little high for his taste.
Yeah.
But it was at the cap.
Can everybody still hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Go ahead, Lou.
Can you hear us?
He might not. But if you would have tested the foot prior to lighting up, it might have been, you know, in this probably 3 to 5%, a little bit lower. So it's 65, 67. It would have been okay to smoke.
It's always a little bit higher at the cap.
Yeah,
because
the
the moisture is kind of trapped up there at the cap.
And me and Luigi talked about that. And what happened is the cap is always going to give you a higher ratio, which, like you said, is 3 to 5% higher. So as long as you're not reading above like 72 or something like that, or higher, then usually I'm fine with it here in the South Florida weather, because you know the way our area is down here. Now up where you guys are at, where it's freezing cold and you have to deal with some other issues, you know, then this definitely wouldn't be my first choice personally.
Yeah, and I believe Lou prefers I'm not sure if he could hear us yet, but he prefers in the low 60s to mid 60s to start. Especially if you go outside and it's 40 degrees outside, you don't want your cigar to expand and crack a wrapper.
We always advise in between 60 and 70.
Right.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
60 and 70.
in between 60 and 70.
It'll be personal preference depending on where you live, and the more you use it, the more you'll find like dial it in on your personal, like 62, 64. Different types of cigars smoke differently as well. Tom, why don't you open up the rest and place a cigar on it for the.
Luigi, can you hear us?
Yeah.
I think he's still fighting on. Maybe I don't think he can hear us. What I'll do is I'm gonna bump him real. Yeah, hold on. Let's see. I was gonna try to help him out here. Hold on 2 seconds. All right, you guys can ask some questions. I'll go ahead and fix this.
Not so much questions, but I can honestly say since when I bought the product is because I was intrigued by by the presentation the gentleman did at the show. So I went ahead and I bought two of them actually. I tried it a few times and I compared it to my electronic humidor, and he was like right on point. From then on, I religiously carry it, not just because you guys are going to be here. I carry this in my bag always test all my cigars. My cigar groups, when they were watching me do it, I said, let me test your cigars. They became hooked on it. All of them bought it. I've purchased a few to gift.
Oh, we appreciate it.
And I always recommend it. And trust me when I say that if I don't believe in a product, I don't care what it is, I will not recommend it.
Right.
But I truly have. I purchased this for friends of mine, and I don't move without this. If they're under, I won't smoke them. If they're over, I won't smoke them. I always test them, especially when I bought them in different lounges, because the humidity might not be what I'm looking for. So if not, I purchase a cigar, take it home, and until
Wait
they
till
become.
it gets to the proper level. What's your personal preference?
I'm
when
like
you
you
would
guys.
light up?
I like in the low 60s, but anywhere between 60 and 70, to me, it's a go. But like this one here was a 64. And
Are we back?
Yeah, you're
There he
back.
is.
Yes.
So
I'm sorry, guys.
Can you
Sorry,
hear?
I must have had a.
back.
That's okay.
So that is my personal preference is the low
What
60s.
what I was saying.
70, it's a go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
What I was saying earlier was that I've learned that sometimes when I smoke a cigar at 68 or 70 on the foot, although I don't pick out the flavors that many people do, and we don't want to get into that, I noticed that the cigar just becomes more alive and more bright when it's at 62 to 64, 66 max. So I don't even mess around with it anymore beyond 66. I dry box it, don't even light another, because I always invariably wind up having a problem with construction or the flavor, the burn, and I get frustrated sometimes when it's that saturated at 70. It doesn't draw properly. So that's one of the things I've learned personally just over the last 6 months, because I'll be honest with you, I never used to use this on every cigar. I would use it for incoming, when you order cigars online, or just to keep some of your brick and mortars honest. And since I've been using it all the time, I've learned now I've got kind of a sweet spot now. And, that's what's been nice about it, to be honest with you.
So while you were gone, Lou, he mentioned that the measurement was done at the head of the cigar, so that's why it was a little bit higher.
Right.
Yeah, the head is almost always higher than the foot, just because it's closed off. So the moisture is going to check a little higher there than the foot. So that's why I kind of preface everything by saying usually I measure 62 to 66 on the foot before I light up usually. And I will light up if it's drier, even like 59, 58, because the cigar, when you smoke it, always builds moisture. And if you always squeeze it like a half inch past the ember, you feel it's a little squishy. And what happens is the moisture trapped in the leaf becomes steam. So as you're smoking on that cigar, it actually gets higher in moisture. And that's why I like to start it lower, because of knowing that if I started at 70, it's going to build from 70 up instead of from 62, where it's going to level out a little better.
So two things. Number one, we have a question from the audience.
Right. So here's the questions. How do you guys keep business and family matters separate?
It's hard.
Oh,
It's difficult.
that says it all.
Yeah, it's I just tell myself he's my older brother, so I'll let him think he's right all the time.
There you go.
Are you talking about me?
No, Tommy.
I think I know what you asked that
Okay.
question. Let's keep it private for now.
Yeah.
So one of the iconic smokers, Bill, said he just purchased his. Thanks, guys. So I appreciate you, Bill. Thank you for making the purchase. You're gonna definitely love the product. We're gonna get into a little bit more about it, so you get a complete understanding about what you're getting yourself into. Now, as far as what we were talking about earlier, and with the cigar, yeah, I did hit it on the head. I did receive 70. Thing is that, like they said, there's usually a plus or minus 3 to 5 when it comes to the foot. Now, I usually test both sides, but for the show purposes, I don't normally take my time to do all of that because it's going to take too long for my introduction.
Right.
But as you can see, the cigar is burning perfectly well. I have a nice clean go at it. I haven't had to relight it or anything like that. But mind you, we are in South Florida, so our relative humidity in the air is a bit different than where they're located at up north, which does make a difference as well. Now, you guys, so your Instagram, right? So since you run the Instagram, Gio, tell us a little bit about it, how we can find it. Where and obviously it's on Instagram, but what's the website?
The tag is at CigarMedics. If you just go on the Instagram, search CigarMedics or at CigarMedics, you'll find us. Basically, there's a link in our website or in the bio that, because I get a lot of Instagram messages from international customers. So I changed the link in the bio from our website, which is cigarmedics.com, to our Etsy page, because anytime we ship out internationally, we point people to our Etsy page. And if you do a search on Etsy.com, basically you'll see you can search for HumidiMeter or CigarMedics, and our page will pop up as well if you're buying from internationally.
Now, on your website, you guys have a few other different products as well. One that is to complement this product. If one of you guys want to tell us about it.
So you talking about the calibration standard?
Yep, he got it in hand. So if you want to tell us about it.
So I'm going to demonstrate it. If you guys could see it. Okay, this is just our standard. And the standard is just going to show that the meter, in the beginning we had a lot of questions whether the meter can be calibrated. And the meter is pre-calibrated, so it cannot be calibrated. So what the standard is going to show you is here. So can you see that?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so it just shows that the meter's on point at the proper percentage.
Okay.
And can I add to that, guys?
It's calibrated to 70, plus or minus 2. So you'll know once you plug in your, I don't know, Tommy had a little glare on his screen. So 0, you see 00 there?
Yes, 00, huh?
Sorry about the glare, guys.
I don't know if you can see that's a 70.
Right on point, yeah.
So that's just,
All right,
people
so
ask if it's accurate, and it just kind of proves that if it's shooting 70, then you'll know when you use the humidimeter in your cigar that it's pretty accurate reading there. Go ahead, Lou.
all right. The reason why we introduced that is because most cigar smokers are familiar with hygrometers and the nature of how they work and how they have to be calibrated. So I think because of that thinking tendency, they automatically think that this has to be recalibrated. Well, this is like an electrical meter, if you've ever used a fluke meter or anything like that. Those typically do not have to be recalibrated because of the nature of how they work. So we introduced the calibration standard because of we wanted to make people aware that, because we get a lot of questions, why do they check so low? Why doesn't it measure with my Bovida pack, and why does it take? Well, number one, the other thing we've learned here is that cigars take a long time to acclimate. If you get some cigars in the mail and they're checking 37% and they're in cellophane and it's a 770, let's say, an Asylum, you know how long that's going to take to come back in your humidor? That could be a few months, and we've tested all this, so we know. I mean, a lot of people have the misconception that, okay, you know, and you see it online all the time, I'm sure in Facebook groups, hey, I let it sit for 2 weeks. Well, you know, that's what's great about it. I just posted something a few weeks ago. I did a mail order. I won't mention the company, but I got a batch in that was 52. I got some that were 64, and I got some that were 74. So right away, I knew the 64s I could smoke them right out of the box. The 74s had to be brought back to not returned, but brought back down in a dry box. And the 58s had to be put in a humidor for a length of period of time. You know, so that's what is one of the greatest uses for this thing, is for when you do mail order, you know, and that's what's and that's the other thing. I mean, an example that, you know, we put a can of Coke in the fridge, the next day, you know, it's cold, right? It's acclimated to the fridge. Cigars are not that way, especially if they're in cellophane. Now, cellophane is permeable to water vapor, but it's not porous. So, you know, it does prevent moisture from getting into the cigar. Also, if you have a situation where you neglect your cigars, the cellophane also keeps the moisture from wicking out as well. So, you know, it protects you if you have a good cigar, but if you have a dry cigar, it's going to take that much longer to bring back to equilibrium. So,
yeah. So, and then one of the things is, I know one of the questions that's probably one of those frequently asked questions is, when you test a cigar and you puncture it with the product, does it damage the cigar? Number one, that's usually a question. So I'll let you guys answer that.
It does not, as long as you're not doing it, you know, 30 times. Basically, most of the moisture or the will enter. What do you say, Lou? About 80 to 90% will enter through the foot, and it gets trapped.
That's another cool phenomenon we learned too, is that, you know, most of the moisture enters or exits out of the foot, ironically. It doesn't come in through the wrapper. Some of it does, but a lot of it just wicks in from the foot. So
if you poke the cap, it'll allow it to possibly reach equilibrium a little quicker because it's pulling in through the cap as well.
Yeah, obviously, when you poke the cap, you're putting 2 small holes in there, and most of the time you cut those holes out unless you use a very small punch, you know. But when you're doing a guillotine or a V-cut, sometimes most of the time you cut those holes out of there. So, but going in from the foot, absolutely no damage, you know.
And what size cigars is this recommended for?
It'll go down to a 38 ring Lancero, but I wouldn't do it through the cellophane, and I would do it very carefully. And when I do it with a Lancero, sometimes I squeeze the end of the Lancero till it becomes kind of egg-shaped, and I put the 2 pins in the longest way, because you have to be careful that it could break the wrapper on the Lancero. So if you have a very dry cigar, it might, so you have to be very careful, you know, but it will go down to a Lancero, yes.
Great. So with you guys and being in business, and one thing I've noticed is that you guys are very keen on warranty and issues with your product. I actually, being the fact that I my first go around with you guys, I purchased, I believe it was a 25 pack or something like that. Forget the exact number, but what happened was every once in a while you guys have a 2% that may not work or whatever like that. So I gave you guys a phone call, said, hey, I tested this one, it wasn't shutting off or whatever, and you guys have this tremendous deal where you just ship another one out, no questions asked. That's what happened with me. Is that something you do on the regular, or how's that work out?
Well, we don't advertise. We don't advertise a warranty with our product. We just want to stand behind it. You know, unfortunately, because I'm just a big Buy American freak, we had to have these made in China because of the cost. I did avidly look here for somebody to make them, but there's no factories equipped to make meters like this in a mass production scale. You know, so you know. We did initially have like a 2% fallout of defective meters originally, but we test them and periodically we test them before they even go out now. So, but we've kind of fixed those problems, and like I said, we don't want people to have a bad product. I mean, you know, we want to make sure that people are happy with our products, and you know, and we, like I said, we don't advertise a warranty, but we stand behind your. And to this date, we have not had anybody send one back that had a calibration standard because they doubted the meter was working properly. So, which is great. We appreciate that. So,
and that's what I was getting at. That 2% turned into 0 because of the way you guys stand up for your product. And I personally truly appreciated it. Every single one of my machines, ever since I got the calibration standard, I test them right out the gate to make sure that they're all in perfect working order. I haven't had any further issues or anything of that nature. And then the people the Iconic smokers that have made purchases of the product all seem to rave about it. And like I said, it's like the hair of the Bozzy commercial. Not only are we trying, so see, we got a question from the audience.
Ooh, looks like Boston Jimmy's got a question for you.
Yeah.
oh yeah, figures.
So how fast does moisture wick out of the cigar when you take the cigar out of the humidor in an ambient environment?
Well, I don't know. It depends on. Ironically, I've been seeing a lot of Facebook posts with people with cracked cigars. Have you guys seen that? Especially up north, you don't do that. You don't see that in Florida a lot.
No.
So what happens in that case?
I want to apologize up front for that. Yeah, in Florida we have this thing called perfect weather.
Yeah. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in. But see, up north, yesterday it was 29% humidity outside. So what happens is, even if you store your cigar perfectly, right? What happens is the wrapper itself, the outside wrapper, acclimates to the ambient temperature and surroundings almost immediately, right? So your wrapper just became 29%. Well, knowing that a cigar always builds moisture, and it always swells, because what happens is the filler and binder steam up and they get squishy. When you got a dry wrapper and you got a really moist, damp filler, what happens? Bam, you got a wrapper explosion, right? So, getting back to Boston Jimmy's question, it depends on the Vitola. It depends on the Ligero inside. Takes longer for it to move, as far as humidity. The wrapper, it does acclimate though to your surroundings immediately. I mean, probably within a couple of minutes, what you'll see, and you can actually check it with the meter. I've actually tested it. You have to just take the probes of the meter, put it right on the wrapper itself. I kind of press down a little bit, and you'll see it. You'll see it drop down significantly. Now, if you guys are in Florida, it's 70% outside. That's not going to change. It's not going to matter, But for people who live in northern tier states that smoke indoors, where humidity goes down to 30-40%, or you live in Arizona where humidity is 12%, so that wrapper gets affected in minutes, and that's what you got to be careful. So what I do in the wintertime, and this is what a lot of the old timers used to do. I don't lick my cigar, but I dampen it a little bit with some moisture, and that helps me buy like an extra 20 minutes or half hour, when I'm smoking outside in this climate, So, but that's just the tricks of. That's my trick, But again, if you keep it lower moisture, and you dampen the wrapper a little bit, it does help, And you get your cigar wet, it'll dry up immediately. So it's not like you're ruining the wrapper. You're just you're making it more pliable, so that when it does combust and it becomes larger from swelling, it less likely to break a wrapper, But to address Boston Jimmy's question directly, depends on the Vitola, depends on how much Ligero is inside of it. It doesn't go down right away, although the foot is the part of the cigar that dries out the quickest, obviously, because it's exposed, and the outside wrapper. So I hope, I can't give you a definitive answer like time, because, it depends on where you're smoking it. Are you smoking it in Florida? Are you smoking it in Arizona? Are you smoking it in Chicago? Are you smoking it inside, smoking it outside? Are you smoking an Asylum 80 ring cigar, or are you smoking a little 38 Lancero? A lot of it depends. But the filler and binder take hours, and at the very least, even if you're in a dry atmosphere, it takes a while for the filler and binder to dry out. So I hope that answers it, Jimmy. Could you give me a yay or nay?
I give you a big yay. That was great.
Well, if he doesn't,
if anybody has any questions, go call Boston Jimmy.
Jimmy's an engineer, and I know him personally. So
We love Boston, man.
yeah, heck yeah.
So with your now you've have a few products on your website. You guys just introduced some ashtrays and also some a lighter. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why you chose to go with the ones that you went with?
Tom, John, you guys can handle that.
Tom's got our ashtray. The lighter we have, it's a triple flame. I don't know if you can really see that. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah, we definitely do. I'll bring up.
There you go. Perfect. So there's a butane window, so it'll let you know where you're at. Punch. I'm trying to find my camera. Punch that kind of locks in.
Nice.
In case you forget your favorite cutter, you always have one with the lighter. Oh. And then it has a little rest on top.
Very nice.
Show them the torch, man.
Yeah. Triple flame torch. With the, obviously they all have the adjustable flame there. You might have to mess with it a little bit just to get to where you like it.
All right.
It's got some weight to it, that's why we kind of like it, picked it out. Does three things at once. Sometimes you forget, your cutter, or you don't like a lot of things in your pockets or your bag or something like that. And
Tom, let's go ahead and see that ashtray again.
Very nice.
that's Lou, you want to talk about the quality of that and the type of material, aluminum and all that?
Yeah, it's aluminum. We machine them ourselves. They're made here in the United States. I actually machine them in my shop. So it's not a super large ashtray, so it's pretty portable. But it's 100% solid aluminum, and we gave it a little bit of design flair too. So again, I'm all for making products in the U.S. So that's what our goal is. In fact, we have 3 new products coming out this coming year. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but 2 of them are cutters, and 1 of them is a draw tool. And and I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I don't want to launch anything before I think it's ready. So in due
I
time,
gave a couple of teasers out.
Yeah. Somebody's showing something off up there.
Yeah, I threw out a couple of videos out there.
I think the cat's out of the bag at this point. Oh man, that looks nice.
That's really
what that is a draw tool that we're coming up with. That's our next product that we're launching. And what that does, and you guys are all familiar with the single pokers, to improve a draw. What this does, it holds the cigar parallel and straight there's a little kind of a modified drill that's a cigar extractor, and it cuts but what's nice about it is it's always at a fixed distance from the base. So as you get a bigger ring cigar, it'll actually make an array of holes around the cigar, not just one down the center. Because as you know, when you smoke a cigar, it's made to be pulled through all the hundreds of channels that are in the cigar, not just one single hole, right? So, and that's what this does. You just rotate it, and it makes an array of holes inside your cigar. So you get better dispersion of air and smoke through there.
Since it's fixed, also, you're not going to be poking through the wrapper. Kind of
Right.
eliminates that, takes that out of the ratio.
Well, that's what the cradle does. It kind of keeps the cigar in line. You don't have to worry about the wrapper, like when you're trying to poke something through, like you're going to bust out the wrapper. It keeps it straight and parallel all the way through.
So that's one of those products that obviously I'm definitely gonna have to get on the list, the pre-order list to grab.
Oh, yeah.
At bare minimum we're gonna need 3, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna need more than that.
Oh, yeah.
So
a few things that I need to get.
And show them what's on that product at the very end of that product. Zoom in on it. No, not that. The writing.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, the
made in the USA.
That's right.
Yeah,
The Drawmedic.
I like that. So you guys obviously have come a long way with your company. Your product is a standalone product because there's really no other product that matches it. Obviously, some people think I'll say this now. The price of the product is only $29.99 plus shipping. But most of the time, depending on where and who you buy it from, if you buy it from the Iconic Smokers, you actually get a free gift with it. So www.iconicsmokers.com. Go ahead and make your purchase now, and you'll be able to get a free gift to go with it. That is custom for the Iconic Smokers, so you'll have your own very own accessory. So for those of us who like our whiskey glasses that say Iconic Smoker, and all the other stuff, the members, these are some exclusive products that you can have access to. You guys went ahead and did something that the other companies didn't do, is you decided to put a single button on the machine versus multiple buttons to make it simplistic for your core customers, right? So was there reasoning behind that?
Just you know what, I get enough gadgets, and it seems like everything has 20,000 buttons on it nowadays, even from the microwave oven. We had to buy a new stove, and I have to be a computer program to operate an oven. So we wanted to make it simple.
Jim, you're engineers, so for you that should be easy. For us, for us Neanderthals.
Guys, the biggest.
I appreciate Luigi, because the way I look at it is the complexity is in the simplicity. So
exactly.
he took care of business for me because I am the Neanderthal, and this is all I need. I've dealt with medical equipment and things like that, so I'm familiar with certain things. And like I said, the complexity is the simplicity. He did his homework.
Beautifully said, Juan. Beautifully said.
Yes, sir.
And the biggest obstacle we're incurring is people not knowing what it is. Because there's nothing out there like it. A lot of people think it's another hygrometer. We have a lot of people hating on it. Let's get it out there.
I wouldn't say a lot.
Well, but a lot of them don't have one. They don't know why they need one. And to be honest with you, if you keep a beautiful humidor and you keep all your cigars and you rotate them and you put enough Bovita in there or whatever, for 3 months, and you want to. But you know what? Not everybody has that type of situation. So we wanted to design it for the average smoker, and we definitely wanted to bring it out at an affordable price. So not just guys, aficionados can smoke it, can use it, but just the average guy who wants to go out in his backyard, and enjoy a cigar. That's the worst thing in the world, when you go out after a hard day's work and you smoke a cigar that's too wet, and then you wasted an hour of your day, $10, and you're mad at the cigar. That's the other thing. It's like, now you don't want to smoke that cigar ever again. And it wasn't the cigar maker's fault. You didn't smoke it at the proper conditions that he intended for it to be, so.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Luigi, I'll let you in on a secret. If you got haters, that means you made it. So
that means you're doing something.
Welcome
right.
to haters, brother.
Thank you.
I do take it really personally, though, because I've had to grow thick skin here, obviously, so I let a lot of things go, off my shoulders. But when people call it gimmicks or a gimmick, or piece of POS, that really gets me. I gotta step in, because
Yeah, but
the way I usually
we're always telling them to just do one of these when that happens.
And if they don't have an answer for me, then hey.
So here's a little tidbit, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and bring us up real quick. So guys, raise your cigars. Has any one of you had a burn issue?
No, sir.
Has any one of you had to worry about your cigar going out or relighting now this whole time we've been smoking?
You never seen me use my lighter again, have you?
Okay, so that goes to tell you that this product works. We wouldn't bring these guys on the show. We wouldn't be doing this had we not believed in this product, because obviously we're not here to sell you a bunch of stuff. This is not an infomercial. This is not that time. What happened is like I said, I purchased this product. It was over 2 years ago, a year ago when we bought it.
Yes.
Right, and then ever since then I've been using it. This is it's like the Iconic Smoker Challenge coin. You're gonna catch this on me 99.9% of the time, unless I ran out of house, because I don't keep it in the car. I actually keep it in the house because obviously when I'm sitting and I'm working and I want to smoke, I need to make sure I have it. Now maybe I should buy 2 more, put one in each car, in the whole 9 yards. But that's a whole another problem that I'll have to deal with later on. But I truly believe in your product. You've done a tremendous job in showcasing to me, especially in our conversations in other times that we've all talked, in the different groups like Frontline Cigar. Shout out to them, and even the personal conversations that we've had over the phone. With me trying to get the complete understanding of the product, and we're sold. There's no needing for us to purchase it again. Yes, testify. Go ahead. What happened?
I just want to go on record by saying that this product does not fix a bad roll. If you got a bad rolled cigar, it's too tight to draw, it will not help you, right? If you get a situation where you get a cracked wrapper, like I alluded to earlier, where you're smoking in a situation where the outside temperature is 29 or outside humidity is, you're going to get a cracked wrapper regardless of what the humidimeter. But what we can tell you is that if you use this thing and you find your sweet spot and figure out where you want to smoke your cigars, it will prevent you from ever smoking a poorly humidified cigar ever again. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I don't recommend you walk into your store and just poke every cigar in the damn store.
No.
Definitely don't do that.
No.
But for my guys, I got friends who live in rural areas where the local cigar shop is 2 hours away, so they have to depend on online sources to be able to make purchases of cigars.
Right.
This is why I truly recommend this product. Another thing is that for my friends and for like the different iconic smokers, I like to do mail bombs. So I send out cigars, and I would hate to send somebody a cigar that wasn't smokable or had an issue or whatever, and then they'll be like, "Hey, you sent me a gift, but it sucked." You know what I mean? So this truly helps me in that sense. And obviously, every cigar as it's coming in, you know where it's at, so you don't have to worry about, okay, you know what, I can let the cigar rest. And we've done that, we all have multiple humidors, and if we have to put a cigar in a certain spot to bring it up or bring it down, we know how to do it because of this product. Right. But prior to that, you're always guessing each and every time you lit a cigar, and you took the risk of having a bad experience. And I think this will prevent most people from having a bad experience.
If I have anything to add is, since I purchased the product, I've been a believer. Okay, I've recommended the product, but I can honestly say after meeting all you three guys, and I put a story behind the product, I'm not recommending the product anymore. I'm recommending family. So,
thank you very much, Juan. Thank you very much. That's what we love about the cigar industry. Just meeting guys like yourself, and as many haters as we have 10,000 as many people that send us testimonials that they love it. It's changed everything for them, and that makes us really happy. So
I have a saying, Luigi, is, and I tell JB all the time, is, and it goes for you guys. You only look back to see how far you've come. So
yes, sir.
Let the be haters, and like I said, those are the people that want to be you and cannot be you. So.
My haters are my motivators.
Yeah.
So they tell me that I'm going in the right direction, push a little harder, and I go a little further. Right. And then every time I think I'm going to have a hiccup and I can't find it myself, they're the best checker, because they'll be like, "Hey, look this." And I'll be like, "Yep, I'm already correcting it."
And I can honestly say that ashtray to me was like looking at a beautiful woman. I saw it. I said, "Wow."
Thank you.
I tell you, I got to have that ashtray.
Okay.
Bridges for you guys. Beautiful.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to just add a couple of couple of quick tips, because we get some questions. A lot of our questions, I would say a majority of the questions, are like people questioning how long should they take the reading.
Yes.
And why does it keep on start at a higher number and then go down? We recommend that the light will go off after 10 seconds. So we recommend once you poke the cigar and you see your reading and it starts to go down, if it doesn't go down, stick with it. If it starts to go down, we would say 5 to 10 seconds. That's where your cigar should be.
Yeah, don't let it linger more than that. So
if it drops dramatically, there might not be a great connection within the cigar. So you could gently squeeze this way, to ensure connection. You see how it just jumped right back up to 65?
Yeah.
And
And that helps. And also something I always forget is, and if you use it almost every day or pretty regularly, clean the probes.
Yes,
with
sir.
With a dry cloth. That's all it takes. If you got a cotton T-shirt, just clean the probes, because the oils, you won't see them, but they'll stick on there, and it
Could affect the reading.
it'll affect the reading.
All right.
Was there anything else, Lou? Did I cover a couple?
no, you got it.
Yeah, all right. I just wanted to make sure I get that out there, because we get a lot of questions regarding the drop from when you insert it to, after 10 seconds or so.
So, guys, we really appreciate you and everything that you've been able to teach us about the product. We're going to go ahead and close out here. And, you guys can stick around for a second and we'll meet you in the back room. But anything else you want to add before you go?
No,
Thank
for
you
having
very
us.
much. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks,
All
guys.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Wait, go ahead.
That's all right. I'm not sure if you guys get it, but recently there's an article in the Latino Aficionado. It's, I think, about 3 or 4 pages on our product for the March issue. So I just wanted to point that out.
Congrats for
Yeah.
that.
No, it's an incredible translation, because I didn't get to read it, but me and Juan sat and had a conversation about it. You know what I mean? So that's the beautiful part about South Florida. So, all right, brother, we'll catch you on the next
Perfect.
one. All right.
Thank you.
All right,
you guys. Thank you much.
Well, guys, what do you guys have to say about it, or anything to wrap this up before we go?
Like I said, I'm a true believer since I purchased this product. I highly recommend it. Like I said, I keep it in my bag, just like I keep everything in the bag, cigar related. But this is one thing that I always carry with me. I always test my cigars before I light them, and I highly, highly recommend it. I truly do.
I agree. I mean, it's definitely a must-have, always in your pouch or in your bag or wherever, just to know you got the right readings, the right everything. And because myself personally, I've purchased cigars and they've never been ready. So having this tool is always a must.
Yep. And not to beat a dead horse, but I've absolutely appreciated everything these guys have done for the industry. Oh, yeah. This is definitely one of those products that I stand behind 100% as an Iconic smoker. And I know the entire team believes in the same, as you can see. And this is not the whole team, but obviously we all have this product in hand, and we do carry it around. And I'm always happy to talk about it and rep the CigarMedic, because it's such a great tool. Obviously now we're going to bring on the draw machine, what is it? The DrawMedic. We're going to bring on the DrawMedic as well. And you can look for their products on our website. And we'll definitely have it. And if you don't know the website, it's www.theiconicsmoker.com. That's where you can get all your gear, all your swag. Obviously, I have on the red shirt. Chris has on the gold. The gold was brought on by Daniel Shee. Most of you guys know who he is. And he decided that he likes to be the gold standard. So
I have the gold, highly recommended.
Yeah. So on that note, we're going to let you guys go, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Salute.
I'm a man.